Upsala. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me loud and clearly? This is good. Good morning. Hey, 10 o'clock in the morning. If you work in the games industry, it's a pretty early start. I'm happy to do the opening talk with you here in beautiful Cologne. Myself, I'm coming from the Frankfurt area. I arrived this morning. No problem so far. And you are here for the talk, ChatGPT in studio management, game design, and monetization of games. If you want to hear something else, you're in the wrong room. If you are interested in this stuff, you are here. My name is Anderie, and I'm very happy to be here at the DevCom. It's actually the third time that I'm talking. And you have joined one of the most interesting sessions. Yeah, I've seen there 150 speakers around, but ChatGPT in studio management, game design, monetization is for sure one of the most interesting topics. So for the next 45 minutes, I will talk to you, let's say, about 4 chapters. First, I will start with AI, artificial intelligence, focus on generative AI and ChatGPT, then take the helicopter view, and takes the 2 perspectives you can take on AI. Dystopian, very negative, or utopian, hey, happiness. Then we focus on ChatGPT in studio management, understand the opportunities. We'll talk about how to prepare the employees for AI. And then focus on ChatGPT in game design. There's loads of potential to unleash. And last not least, 4th chapter is then ChatGPT in the monetization of games. Myself, I'm a professor for Wirtschaftsinformatik, Management Information Systems at the Frankfurt University of Applied Sciences. This is a mix between computer science and business. Our university is pretty big. We have 15,000 students from 100 countries around the world, 350 professors, and about 38 of them are focusing on the field of AI. What you see here is our AI research map. If you are interested in this stuff, AI is a very broad field. Drop me an email. I can forward you the map, or you just go to the web page of the Frankfurt University. So AI, it's as I've said before, it's one of the hottest topics we are currently discussing. I have written 3 books about digitalization, AI, and digital business transformation. The latest one is called Games Industry Management, brand new, has been released a couple of weeks ago. It covers all the topics of AI, in-game monetization, studio management. It has got 20 chapters. It's an Amazon business book bestseller and used at 50 universities if people are studying games. So let's focus on artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, AI, very interesting topic. When we talk about artificial intelligence, the benchmark is always human intelligence. Okay? When you talk to the experts, everybody talks about AI, artificial intelligence, but the benchmark is human intelligence. And one of the differences between human intelligence and artificial intelligence is that we humans can develop consciousness, we know who we are, and we can develop empathy. We feel if somebody is sad or unhappy. Currently, AI cannot do this. Yeah? AI cannot create the consciousness, and it cannot create empathy. And there's one bright guy in Silicon Valley, Ray Kurzweil. Some of you may have heard the name. He has said that the human brain will merge with computers by 2030. He said this about 20 years ago, but it's very unlikely that artificial intelligence will be at the same level like human intelligence in 7 years' time. Nobody knows when this will happen. We have got exponential growth in the tech industry. It's pretty clear that it will happen, but we are not there. So let's look why human intelligence is so special. In essence, this is due to our brain. Our brain has got the weight of about 1,400 grams, the size of a small coconut, And the way our brain works is with neuron communication. You know, the neurons are communicating via the synapses with electromagnetic or biochemical activities with neurotransmitter, and this has been the inspiration for AI when it comes to neural network architecture. I don't want to go too deeply with you into the tech stuff, but when you hear about something about deep learning, neural network architecture, the inspiration comes actually from the human brain. So, and then originally everything started with machine learning. Then in the year 2000, the web or the internet, as you know it today, was available. Suddenly, big data was available, billions of data. And in essence, the AI technology that we call today deep learning is trying to understand patterns and trends in so-called neural networks. AI itself is not new. Yeah? Back when most of you, I look here into the audience, you're very young. When you were not born, we had huge mainframe computers, or mankind had huge mainframe computers. These are sometimes on historic pictures. They were very limited. They were based at the MIT, you know, one of the top universities, and they were built to solve mathematical problems. Then back in the 1950s, everything started with artificial intelligence, and then it evolved into machine learning, deep learning. I mean, look onto the time frame here, that until the year 2000, most of those activities have been developed by the military, US American military. Yeah, so because developing AI is expensive, and the expectation level for the military has been that it can help in combat and conflicts. But everybody was disappointed also with AI, and this is called then an AI winter. You know, when the expectation level was not met, military did not pay any money, everything went into an AI winter, everything was stopped. In the year 2000, or from 2000, this is when the web or the internet became commercialized, this changed. Silicon Valley companies, Chinese companies have invested billions of US dollars into AI. And the excitement we see now in artificial intelligence comes due to the harvesting or the return on investment for two areas. With AI, this is voice recognition or NLP. You know, ChatGPT is one example of this. And then I will talk in a second also about image recognition and image processing. Before we dive deeper here, there are two things you need to understand. Is currently everything we are talking about is so-called narrow artificial intelligence. Schwache KI, schwache künstliche Intelligenz in the German language, whereby artificial general intelligence, starke KI, this is science fiction. And this is why you see the pictogram here on the left-hand side, Alexa. You've got this in your living room. You can talk to the Alexa, for instance. But R2D2, this is science fiction. You know, artificial general intelligence, AGI, is not existing. But we are close to this. This is why everybody's excited. So I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Yes, we will have a human-robot interaction at some stage. Nobody knows whether this will be Star Wars-like, where you've got the droids or the robots, but for sure it's coming. So let's focus a little bit on generative AI and ChatGPT. So there are two topics of generative AIs that are currently in the focus. First one is voice recognition and natural language processing. And in November 2022, so not very long time ago, there was huge excitement. You might remember when you suddenly heard in the wintertime, hey, something new has arrived. It's called ChatGPT. Do you know ChatGPT? If you're a coder, you immediately jumped on it, you immediately loved it. If you are not involved in programming or coding, it might have taken a little bit more time. So these so-called large language models, and nothing else is ChatGPT, stands for Chat Generative Pre-trained Transformer. It's a large language model. And most of the people are already working with ChatGPT. So who's working with ChatGPT? Who's working? Hey, good people here in the games industry. When I do the speech in other surroundings with other people, it's about 50% of the population. Here I've seen about 80% are doing this. So the question is, when you work with ChatGPT, and I personally have involved it completely into my life, you can work either with ChatGPT 4, this is when you have registered and pay a subscription fee, or you can work with ChatGPT 3.5. This is when you use the free version. So since most of you work with ChatGPT, you know how this works. You just insert the prompt, and then in real time, a copy is generated. Briefly, for those of you who don't have a tech background, I run very quickly in a nutshell through this, how is this working. So in essence, this is a deep learning architecture called transformer, and the algorithm is capturing statistical patterns and relationship between the words and phrases. Yeah, so it's checking it's a language processing, and it's checking on a statistical basis what are usually the words that are following after another word. If we go to a deeper level, the way it works, it is tokenized. You know the term tokenization when you have worked with cryptocurrencies. Here, there's a tokenization between the word and the characters. You know, it's divided into individual tokens. And via this transformer architecture, the deep learning, there are multiple layers that process the information. Let's call this attention mechanism, and this leads then to contextual information. The AI is trained, large language models are trained with supervised learning. There are other ways to train an algorithm or software, but here we are working with supervised learning. And then prior to you see the text before it is generated, there's a logical check fine-tuning. I could talk to you for 2 hours about the subject. If you're interested into the stuff, talk to me later. But from a helicopter point of view, this is in essence how large language model works. And it's the same with Google Bard. Originally, Google was reluctant to release Google Bard for the German-speaking markets due to copyright infringements. You know, everything what is happening with the large language models is sensitive in terms of copyright. But due to the market pressure, there was no chance to hold it back, and the coders worked with Google Bard already via VPN tunnel anyway. And here's just an example how Google Bard works. In essence, it's the same process in comparison to ChatGPT, but you've got a reference, so you know where the information is coming from out of the web. In my day-to-day business, I log in the morning into the computer. I work with ChatGPT, I work with Google Bard, and I ask the same question, and I get different responses to this. So you can use it at virtual assistants. There's another man you have heard before, Nadella. He's the CEO of Microsoft. He gave us all the beauty of Microsoft in terms of the Xbox, and as we are here in Cologne. And he said, hey, what he has seen with ChatGPT that was developed by OpenAI is so exciting in January 2023 that Microsoft has invested $10 billion into OpenAI. You know, if you have seen the news recently, there has been the discussion that OpenAI might run into bankruptcy. Very unlikely. It's more likely that Microsoft will buy OpenAI. Just speculation from my side. So Microsoft's very excited about it, and they have said, hey, we integrate all the ChatGPT, OpenAI activities in our software applications. And one is image recognition, image processing. When ChatGPT was launched in November 2022, there was a huge PR hype, and people got confused with picture generation. You might remember this picture. The Pope in the down code, it's a deep fake. It was not generated by ChatGPT. It was not even generated by DALL-E 2, what is the program or the software of OpenAI. It was generated by Midjourney. Most of you might have heard. So there are two programs that are relevant for the computer industry when it comes to image processing. This is DALL-E 2 by OpenAI, same company that was started originally a couple of years ago by Elon Musk. Elon has dropped out meanwhile, but it's pretty impressive what you can do with DALL-E 2. And every game studio around the world has already checked this out. If not with DALL-E 2, it's Midjourney. This is another program everybody's talking about. And Midjourney can also generate pretty impressive images. So when you come back to Microsoft, when you go to Bing and you register with Microsoft, you can work with ChatGPT, natural language processing. It's generating what you have just seen, but you can also generate images. For instance, here in this GIF file, in the prompt, it is asked, hey, can you generate a space chip? Then Bing is starting to work, to process. And after a while, it comes up with an image of a star chip. So using the search can be applied with the Microsoft activities, and in the background of the Bing search engine, ChatGPT is running, and DALL-E 2. So now everybody, and we are here in the computer industry, we know how to generate emotions. Yeah? And when it comes to artificial intelligence, there are two sets or two ways to look at it. One is dystopian, dystopia very negative, utopia, hey, everything will be good. So let's talk on dystopia. We know this stuff, cyberpunk, God, horrible future. Who has played the game? Who has played the game? It's horrible, huh? Yeah. It's the same with Fallout. Oh my goodness me, a horrible future about AI, digitalization, Bioshock, horrible, oh my goodness me, Terminator. Everybody has seen the movies, and then the mother of all horror dystopian movies, Matrix. Yeah, Matrix. The first movie was released 1999, so about 25 years ago. And when you go to the scene after 41 minutes, where Morpheus explains Neo, the supercoder, our hero, that he's living in a fake world, in a dystopian world. This is where all the warning is coming from when people explain that you need to be scared of AI. Even Elon Musk, when he's smoking a joint, he said we have to stop everything and stuff like this. Of course, Elon is a little bit deeper involved than Matrix, but lots of people that talk about dystopian negative images can refer to the Matrix movie. So if you cannot remember, just go to Netflix, check it out, go to the scene when Neo had to decide to take the blue or red pill, and then it's very explained in detail how horrible it could be that AI takes over. But Hollywood is very good in generating positive images. There's utopia, happiness. If you remember, 40 years ago, most of you have not been born, there was a movie called Back to the Future. Everything's very happy. You can do time travel. It's only possible with AI. Latest Avatar movie, everything you see in this world that is artificially created works with AI. A couple of years ago, we had The Martian, the guys they left on the Mars. It was possible to bring him back with AI. So the message clearly is we have to take a positive view on AI. It's easier to talk about the negative stuff. You know, we have to be scared. We have to be careful because you get more attention. But working with AI, my deep understanding is that we have to keep a positive mental attitude and think positive. So what does that mean for ChatGPT and studio management? We have to understand the opportunities, and there are loads of opportunities. So if you work with ChatGPT, generative AI, it can assist you in generating ideas for new games. It can help you to analyze market trends and insights. You just ask the prompt, or write in the prompt, give me the information on market trends immediately in real time you have got the information. If you work with Google Bard, you even have got the references on the market data. It can aid in team management and collaboration, can enhance the human skills and increase work quality. And if you are a leader, if you're leading a team or even the head of the studio, there's one guy, the CEO of Hydrogen Struggles, here said for top managers or team leaders, clearly ChatGPT can increase productivity and enhance capabilities. And when it comes to the decision-making process, loads of the stuff in the business world, in the games industry, is done by gut feelings. This will change. The decision-making process will be elevated to a new level. Then, as I've said before, we have about 40 professors at our universities that work with AI. Niels is very deeply involved and internationally accredited, and we had a talk, and he has that, hey, AI cannot yet, and it's important to focus on yet, think critically. Of course not. I've just explained how a large language model works. It's in essence repeating the information that is generating from data it takes out of big data, and it cannot yet replace a human creativity. So for studio management, it means the benefit you are having with ChatGPT is to increase efficiency, enhance the capabilities, your own and of your employees, and elevate the decision-making process. But critical thinking you have to do by yourself, or your team has to do it, and you cannot replace human creativity yet. But there are other topics that are of relevance when it comes to studio management. For instance, project planning. Hey, you just ChatGPT, Google Bard, or Bing to help you with project planning, and it's generating you the required information. It can help you to allocate resources effectively, optimize the workflow. It can help to utilize gaming industry knowledge and development tools. So if you put this list together, and very right, yeah, get your smartphone out now. About 20 people are doing this. These are the key elements it can help you, ChatGPT can help you with studio management. The session is recorded, so it will be uploaded anyway. So if you're interested into the stuff, you can review it after the presentation. But for studio management, these are the key opportunities. So now let's talk about the employees. Hey, games industry, most exciting industry in the world. I originally started in toys, then worked for Paramount, the movie studio, and now I'm since 10, 15 years in the games industry, most exciting industry ever. So most of the people we are working with, hey, digitalization, nothing new. Our product is completely digitalized. Yeah? We even sell it digital. We know everything about our consumer. We know his gameplay skills. We know his spending patterns. We know everything. There's no other industry that has got so many digital information, big data information about the consumer other than I. There's no other industry. And naturally, most of our employees are happy and understand that AI is part of the digital evolution. Nevertheless, you've got people that are scared. So the message for you as a leader in studio management is to take the, let's say, to help them to be clear that they do not need to be afraid of AI. There's no need to bury the head into the sand. There's no need to be scared about this. But I'm involved in the games industry, and I know that this is currently a discussion that is going on in studio management. So what really helps if you take the example of self-driving cars. Self-driving cars, think back 10 years ago, this only works with AI, picture recognition, data processing, stuff like this. 10 years ago, we told every taxi driver, every Uber driver, every truck driver that they will not have a job anymore. And it's completely different. If you live here in Germany, you know we do not have enough truck drivers. So self-driving cars or trucks will come, but it takes longer. You know, it's not a big bang. It comes slowly, step by step. And this is also the same with AI in studio management. So if you refer to this example, you will see that employees will be a little bit relieved. And then it's important to motivate them to work with the AI tools, to understand the AI tools, integrate them as a virtual assistant. In essence, it's the three tools, what I've just shown to you. And then talk, talk, talk is the message. Make sure that they understand that AI will not eat their jobs. There's tons of information you find in the internet. LinkedIn is very good at this. Here I digged out one article on LinkedIn that explained why people will not lose their job, because it will help them to increase the productivity and efficiency. It will help them to assist complex tasks they might not have been able to do by themselves. They can increase their capabilities, their skills, and new jobs will be created with AI. The Wall Street Journal has put this pretty straight to the point 2 months ago and has said, hey, currently AI is overhyped. Yeah, everybody's very excited about it, but it's also overhyped. So for you as a business leader, as a team leader, as a studio leader, it's important to stay calm and make sure that you do not miss the bus. You have to understand the latest technologies. But you also need to ensure that your employees understand AI, and this can be done by offering trainings and educations, and then talk to the employees, be transparent on company strategies with regards to AI, because some people are just scared that AI will take their jobs away. No point, you have to take the scare or the fear from the people away. So since my speaking time is limited, I picked 2 sets of people you need to talk to, where you will receive different feedback. Of course, there are the coders. They know the matrix stuff. They love it. You know, Neo is our super coder. And when everybody was talking back in November 2022 that you can generate text and copy and all that sort of things, very quietly, the coders discovered, hey, I needed to work 8 hours a day. Suddenly, I need only to work 1 hour. You know, the efficiency that is provided with ChatGPT in terms of coding, code optimization is unbelievable. So they love it. The people in the, let's say, games environment that are nervous are usually the concept artists. And you know, coder is a rational, clear-thinking human being usually, whereby an artist, you know, it's an art. It's an artist. They have got a special understanding. And what I learned since November 2022 is that these are the people in the game studios that are very nervous about. And there are three steps to tackle this. First one is they need to understand the latest technologies. You know, if they study this or work with a specific program, it's not enough. They just need to check, hey, what's coming? How can I integrate this into my work? Then they need to monitor how their job profiles will be changing. Of course, if AI is backing you up and or is doing lots of stuff you used to do by yourself, your job profile is changing. And then something you can only do in human interaction is to talk to them and ask them, hey, in terms of art, do you really want to be an artist, ein Künstler in the German language? This is difficult in the games industry, yeah, particularly with the AI development. Because in essence, yes, a computer game is a piece of art, but it's also a mass market product, that is sold in in a mass market. So talk to the people with the concept artists or with the artists. We need to be very sensitive about it. Make sure that DALL-E 2 is coming. So I picked out two people that are actually managing a studio, so I've got huge responsibility. Jan Thijssen, who is the director and owner of King Art, said a couple days ago in Frankfurt at the German Dev Days, he compared the situation with the game engines. 15 years ago, the coders were still trained to program a game engine. Suddenly the engines, Unity, Unreal, the Cry engine became for free under certain circumstances. And at this stage, there were voices that we do not need the coders anymore, and exactly the opposite has happened. Yeah, he said, we expect our coders, our people, to be up to date with the development. This is the way we have to work with AI. And then Ubisoft, Eve has said, hey, ChatGPT can help us to create more realistic and immersive games, and it can help us also to reduce the error rate in our games. If you do not talk to the people, something might happen we have seen in an industry that is close to ours. This is in Hollywood. Making games or TV shows is different to the way how you create, build games. Usually this is an aggressive environment. I used to work 10 years, almost 10 years for Paramount. You can compare this very aggressive environment. And what's happening there, that the unions put people on strike. The writers were on strike, the actors were on strike, and this actually damaged the industry. Particularly, the talk shows could not be run or broadcasted. It was close that there was a spillover to our industry when it comes to the writers, but it did not happen. So message is here from studio management, talk to your employees. Motivates them to work with ChatGPT and the generative AI tools. That's one warning you have to bear in mind. This is sensitive stuff. You can Google the Samsung case if you have not heard about it. Samsung has got 2,000 AI developers in Silicon Valley, and of course they became very excited with ChatGPT. But by accident, they transferred secret company information code into ChatGPT, and it leaked. So confidential information became available via ChatGPT. So when your employees work with sensitive data, personalized data, that are GDPR related, or company secrets, make sure that they understand what they put into ChatGPT and whatnot. Okay, let's focus now a little bit more on the game design. What potential can be unleashed? I assume everybody who is in game design, or I know everybody who is in game design knows Jesse Schell. He's the guru, the godfather of game design. He talks a lot at conferences, GDC, and others. He's regularly talking on YouTube, and he has written a book, The Art of Game Design, that he's constantly updating. And Jesse has said there are 130 elements of game design. This is just a snapshot, and a couple of them are influenced by AI anyway. If you dig deeper into the literature, AI is not new to the games industry, and it has already affected game design anyway. But I thought, out of the 130 elements of game design, it's worth to give you an indication how ChatGPT can help. So in general, it can generate and refine game concepts. The gameplay mechanics can be created more creatively. Problem solving in level design is possible with ChatGPT. You can analyze the player behavior and the testing, what will improve the UX. ChatGPT can suggest new features for better experiences, and then the NPCs. When you research the topic ChatGPT in game design, Currently, NPC, non-playable characters, it's pretty boring stuff. But this can change significantly with ChatGPT because the NPCs can take a vital role in game design. There are discussions that they might even be change the gameplay, but this is pretty interesting. Make sure you have a look at this. With storytelling, people that are writing the narratives, the storyline stuff like this, they were very nervous in the beginning when ChatGPT was released. But when you talk to professional writers, that write books, for instance, fiction books, ChatGPT cannot write a book or storyline as good as a human being currently. Yeah, we have to see how this will developing, but nobody needs to get into the panic mode if he's a story writer or script writer or whatever. Nevertheless, he should involve ChatGPT in his day-to-day work. Then playtesting and balancing, very important, can easily be done with ChatGPT. User-generated content, I've just recently uploaded on my YouTube channel and on TikTok a video that is targeting not the business community, it's targeting actually gamers, users, how they can use ChatGPT in their and improve their gameplay, and it immediately received an immediate huge click rate. So user-generated content is very interesting for if it is generated with ChatGPT. You can generate dynamic events and challenges and customize the in-game items. I will talk about in-game items in a second. Okay, let's focus on the last chapter, ChatGPT and the monetization of games. What are the chances here? Everybody knows in-game items, weapon skins, faster cars, stuff like this. It's a fully developed marketplace. Here's some stuff from Counter-Strike Global Offense. And when you look onto the market data, apologies, this is German market data from the Game Association. You will see that the major chunk of the industry, you know this as you are from the industry, the revenue is generated with in-game item and in-app purchases. And we, at the Frankfurt University, we did 3 studies on the monetization of games, including artificial intelligence. So this is free, available if you want to download it. So all aspects of monetization, including artificial intelligence, have been included into this stuff, into those studies. Some of the stuff is available in English, just check it out on the web. There's a very interesting analysis and research done on 4.5 billion transactions with Counter-Strike Global Offensive. With data analysis, we have explained the 6 primary monetization models for the games industry and focused on in-game purchases with AI. So just Google it or go to YouTube and find it. In terms with ChatGPT, there are a couple of things that can be done to improve the monetization of games or improve the value chain. Analyze playing behavior. I've said before, there's no other industry that has got so many data, big data available from the consumer other than I. We know everything about the data. If your company is based here in Europe, yes, your hands are restricted with GDPR. If you're from China, you have no problem in terms of data protection. If you're from the US, situation's a little bit different, but I spare you the legal details. Nevertheless, we have to work with that big data that is available from our consumer, and this can be done perfectly with AI. You can identify spending patterns. When is a consumer or user or gamer willing to pay something depending on his gameplay behavior? Can be easily done, and you can increase your revenue significantly. This is valuable for in-game purchases and microtransactions, and you can work with dynamic pricing. Currently, most of the companies decide on the price for the in-game items by testing, but of course, when you run this via an AI and combine this with Python and TensorFlow, you can work with predictive analytics perfectly and adjust the pricing. Same with advertising. If you allow advertising in your games, you can do the profiling of the consumers, you can do personalized offers, and then anti-cheat, also a significant cybercrime thing that is affecting our industry can be prevented with AI. Then I've just mentioned it, with the data analysis and data analytics, it's important to work with predictive analytics. This has got nothing to do then with ChatGPT or the image recognition. This is a different field of artificial intelligence. But if you've got the coders in-house anyway, ask them to work with ChatGPT and Python and use TensorFlow to predict what is the demand for in-game items. So then I'm always finished. I'm looking at you. Am I good in timing? Good to hear. So one wrap-up slide. AI is clearly the future. I just talked today about large language models, voice recognition. I talked about image recognition. I've just mentioned predictive analytics with TensorFlow. There's tons of other AI opportunities. Important is to understand that AI is part of the digital evolution of humankind, if you ask me. And this is like with Darwin. This is about the survival of the fittest. It's not usually the strongest creature that is surviving. It's the creature, or humankind, that is able to adapt. So you cannot ignore AI, nor can your employees. So it's important to use AI as a virtual assistant and take the fear of digitalization away from employees. This is it from my side. If you're interested in this stuff, hey, just grab a copy of the book. You can also go to my YouTube channel, Google me, or go on ChatGPT. And other than that, thank you for listening to me for 45 minutes. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.